Hello, amazing investors. I wanted to jump on here quickly and share four key areas and maybe some bonuses that makes my coaching process very unique. And this is why a lot of investors seek me out, especially multifamily investors, but I've worked with entrepreneurs and investors of all kinds. I'm actually in southern Florida right now. One of the reasons why I've been able to build an entrepreneurial life where I get to do what I want, when I want, with whomever I want to, is because I've understood some key areas in life. And plus, I've been coached by amazing coaches and mentors. And this is why I really believe in this process. We're actually traveling around the country for the next couple of months here. And I know freedom is a huge component of your life as an investor. And I want to share four key areas why my coaching process is unique, but also this is why a lot of investors seek me out.
Hi there, this is Faisal Ensaun. I wanted to jump on here quickly and tell you about my free workshop that's coming up on July 11th. There's a 3-hour workshop that is packed with value. And let me ask you this, have you ever felt like building relationships with others around you? It feels sometimes like an uphill battle, whether it is your relationship with your wife or husband, where it feels like you don't have that emotional connection or intensity in your relationship that you used to have, and you don't feel like the positive feedback that you need for your relationship to thrive. Or maybe it's with a business partner that kind of gets you to, that feels like they're getting you to pull most of the weight of the business while they're not, doesn't feel like they're doing much. Or it might be because you're capital raising and you are having a hard time building that connection with potential investors who would invest in your deal, and you feel like it's an uphill battle there, or you're having a hard time with that capital raising process. Now, a lot of high achievers, they think that they can do everything on their own, but actually, as you start to live a few years in your life, you find that your whole life is around other people. This is built into our DNA as human beings. We're a social species. If we don't know how to navigate relationships, whether it be in our personal or business relationships, we don't know actually how to create a better quality of life and progress in life and business. So if you want to accelerate your path in business and actually build better, a much better quality connection with your loved ones, whether it be your wife, children, husband, your siblings, your community, your friends, or build powerful relationships of collaboration with your team, with your business partners, with potential investors and clients, you definitely don't want to miss out on this session. It will be a 3-hour workshop. You won't just hear me talk about train you on it. I'm going to actually walk you through the process to help you understand the powerful reasons that you can use to influence other people and actually be influenced by them, to build that authentic connection with them, so they can trust you to move your relationship in a positive direction and to improve the quality of your relationships. And that's based on a very powerful model that's proven to work across 193 different countries. Not just my opinion, and I'm going to walk you through the process to build that for yourself. And it's a 3-hour workshop that you're going to be actually working on this to develop it in your own life and business. You're going to gain so much out of this. Make sure you sign up with the link below, and it's first come, first serve, and I limit the attendance. It's not usually more than 50 people. So if I get past that, registrations are at about 100 or so, and then 50 people are attendees, then I block it out. This training I usually hold for my paid community as a coach. But this is the first time I'm releasing it out to the public. You're gonna gain a lot out of it. Make sure you sign up and put it on your calendar. I'll see you on the other side. Take care. Bye.
Number one is my approach around your story and your path. Now, most coaches, you cannot train on this. The reason why I approach it this way is because I had to go through my own life experience of figuring this out. And actually, yes, I've been helped with a lot of incredible mentors and coaches, but I figured this part out by trying to go through my own struggles. I dealt with a lot of addiction, alcohol addiction, drug addiction, and depression for a number of years, having come from a war-torn country into a completely different world, trying to figure out this path that was very challenging for me. But one of the things that I realized was I needed to put a pause on a lot of the things that I was taught, and I need to figure myself out. What is the core of me about? And for that, I need to figure out my past and my future and my present. And a lot of investors don't understand this until they make sense of their past and process it and align it better with their present and future. It's very hard for them to move forward. This is why they have a lot of resistance. This is why they will procrastinate. This is why they will not connect with the right people. This is why they will not move forward towards a life of freedom. They will be stuck in their W-2 for a long time because they haven't made sense of what they're about, what their core is about. And for that to happen, you need to explore those areas. So one of the areas that I go deep into is exploring your story. One is your actual path that you've been on. Two is the story that's stuck in your head. And usually people are living the story that doesn't serve them. So my role as a coach is to bring out areas from your past that connects to your wisdom and connect it to your potential in the future. And I do that through a process of discovery that I've learned in figuring this out myself, but also I've learned this through a process that is proven. It's not just based on my opinion. It's a certified high performance coaching process that's been proven to work with top 15%, that is based on top 15% of the world's highest performers, not just performers in terms of their business achievement. Yeah, that's one piece of it, but also in terms of their fulfillment, purpose, the quality of their relationships, the quality of their life, the quality of how they move through their day-to-day life. So the process really works in combining it with my own growth and understanding how this actually works in our experience can really transform it. The second piece that I really focus on is your relationships. A lot of coaches don't go in there because it's actually very uncomfortable. A lot of your challenges, I would guess, are related to your closest relationships, especially if you have a life partner, wife, husband. That's where you're stuck. You're either not getting the right support, you're not understanding each other well, or you don't have a common vision together. So you're not moving in the right direction. A lot of investors will underestimate that. They'll have their family W-2 and all of a sudden they jump into this new path and they have to take on a little bit of time to focus on this, to build this long term, and they cannot get their partner to understand this fully, but even more importantly, to collaborate with them to move forward. This also shows up in their business partnership, in their real estate partnerships. They don't know how to connect with the right people, so they hold themselves back professionally too. They don't know how to network properly. They don't know how to connect with the right business partners. As Peter Thiel, one of business partners for Elon Musk, has said that you can fix a lot of things in life, but partnerships are one of those things that is hard to fix, whether that's your life partners or business partners. So I really dig in this area, and I help my clients really understand and actually experience what the right support is and how to connect with them the right way. And without this piece, a lot of people are held back. A lot of investors are held back. And the third piece that I work with my clients is their vision and purpose. That connects to their story, that connects to their relationships, but I really get them to think long term. High performers don't think in terms of weeks and months, they think in terms of decades. I help them figure out their long-term vision, their long-term strategy, their long-term approach to what they're going to do. And this is why my clients don't jump from one thing to the next and to the next. And most investors are stuck with shiny penny syndrome. The reason why they're stuck with that is because they don't actually fully understand their long-term plan. They understand that long-term they're investing on this multifamily path. They need to build a business, they need to have equity and all that stuff, but they don't actually understand the details and the strategy around it. So they will start a short-term rental thing, they'll start a flipping business, they will start an online business, plus their multifamily, and they'll try to combine them all together. And the way they justify it is that, multimillionaires have at least 7 streams of income. That is true, but here's the problem. They didn't build those 7 streams by focusing on 7 different things. They built it by focusing on one thing and building that up. And then diversifying it later on. You can check that out yourself. So I really get them to become focused by building a long-term vision and a plan and get them aligned with their purpose. If you cannot do that, if you cannot build that, and you will not be focused. So here's where the symptoms will show up. They will be unfocused, distracted. They will jump from one opportunity to another and not making any headways 2, 3, 4 years out. Or if they are making some developments, they're having some success in real estate, they're struggling in their personal life, or vice versa. And so because they don't have a real clear picture of what they're trying to do long term. And then the fourth one I will go into is their own growth and well-being. And that's again connected to their story, that's connected to their long-term vision, that's connected to how they conduct themselves on a day-to-day basis. But a lot of investors, they're not just looking for, oh, I want to have a few $1 million. They're looking for a life of freedom, and freedom has two sides to it. There's external freedom, which comes from the money, the cash flow that's coming in, the resources, the equity, the assets that you have that give you the ability to travel, to go to different places, to do the things that you want with whoever you want it. But also there's the internal quality. One of the things that is hard to share this with people, but we're doing this thing where we're going across the country. Part of it, what we're always testing is what is the quality of our day-to-day life? How are we dealing with struggles? How are we dealing with our challenges? How are we dealing with adversity? And that requires a lot of emotional resilience. And the only way to do that, to work through that, is to understand how to better deal with challenges. And usually a lot of investors struggle with this, especially transitioning from W2 to the business world. It's even though it looks similar because you're doing work, you're meeting people, it's such a different world. The reason why it's such a different world is that the same things that work in your job world, W2 world, do not work in the business world. Robert Kiyosaki talks about this in his book as well, is that if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be an investor, stop working for money. And it sounds contradictory to a lot of people. Well, another Nassim Taleb talks about this, is that there are two big addictions. One is heroin, and the other one is a monthly salary. If you can't get off of that, you cannot be successful on the entrepreneurship path or investing path, because you're always seeking to get that dose, that fix every month. Now, that's an extreme version of it, but that in reality, that's what ends up happening for people, because they cannot figure out how to deal with that adversity, especially transitioning into the entrepreneurial life. They don't know how to move forward, and they get stuck in fear. They get stuck in as being scattered. They get stuck in not taking enough risks or calculated risks, so they feel stuck. And I'm sharing these with you because there are a lot of my clients have gone through this. They've either jumped in to the investing world thinking that they are going to have breakthrough in the next month, 2 months, 6 months, or 1 year, but they're in it for 2-3 years and nothing happens until they get on a call with me, until I take them through the process, and all of a sudden within 6 months they make more headway, they make more progress than they did over the past 2-3 years. So you're going to save time, you're going to save money, you're going to save resources to move through this. And all I'm asking is for you to jump on a quick call for me to understand what you're going through, so I can understand your path better, so I can understand how to support you better moving forward. So make sure you click the link below to book the call, and I'm excited to jump on a call with you. I've been on this path with investors for the past 6+ years, and I've been a coach for the past decade. I know how to support you. Not only that, as a business owner and a coach, I also have a team of coaches that can support you. And in fact, that's my second business, is to actually support other coaches to build their own business. So I'm training other coaches in terms of their skill sets and business. So I always have a team of coaches that specialize in different areas that will be able to support you. So for example, if you're stuck in your relationships, I have relationship and communication coaches. If you're stuck in trauma, I have trauma coaches. If you're stuck in your performance, I have those kind of coaches. So we figure out what support you need to help you move forward. I also have a community of incredible investors that will support you to move forward. So I bring in the social component too. I'm excited to get on the call with you. Make sure you click the link to book the call with me. If you can't find any times, just reach out to me with an email, and I'll find a way to accommodate you in my schedule. Until my next conversation with you, hope you have an incredible day. We'll talk soon. Bye.